So Classroom of the Elite episode 12 wraps up this season and possibly series if we do not get a second season, which is possible because a lot of people in Japan have canceled their Blu-rays, things like that. You never know if this will get another season or not, but all said and done, this is a fairly decent stopping point. If this was to never get another season, I feel content enough that I'm still happy. Like, it is still a read the light novel ending, but it's not so bad because you do get a decent enough stopping point. And I do know there has been quite a few naysayers who have rose up since that fan service episode. I think it was episode 6 or 7, one of the two, and that's when Japan also started to lose interest within the series, which then prompted them to cancel a lot of the pre-orders. So how the Blu-ray and DVD sales are going to do for the series, it's really going to be hard to say, but with legal streaming and other services like that, there might be enough to warrant another season, but time will tell. But I have to say, I had a blast with Classroom of the Elite. Was it a perfect series? No, and there was noticeable issues like that fan service episode, and then even the pacing right after that. But I would honestly say this Survival Island arc was the best content within Classroom of the Elite that we've seen so far. I loved the first half of the series, I thought it was remarkable, I thought the main character was interesting. But I think the final arc and what this brought to the table, even though it didn't blow me away and a lot of what I was predicting came to fruition here, the only thing I didn't really predict with last week's review was essentially I thought Aino was working with Ibiki, and instead he was just manipulating her as he was manipulating all the chess pieces, which were just all the students. So even though this didn't blow me away, I love what they did with his character, even more so when you see that final bit of internal dialogue. Just see him, just show the audience 100% if you were still doubting, oh, he actually truly cares about these characters, he actually has some feelings for some of them. No, he's just about to win. That's all he cares. He was trained at whatever this facility was. He is not a normal person, and that's why he hides himself in the shadows there, and all the kind of romantic tension that's been floating in the air, that's all just from them, it's not from him, which I think is perfect for his character. I've never thought he would ever just become the normal high school person, so I like what they tied off his character. So if we never get to see more of his character within the anime, I can at least say, yes, he stays a manipulative son of a bitch for at least some good time there. But this is a fun series. Like, honestly, this was my favorite new anime of the season if we're excluding carryovers and whatnot. This was my favorite new show. I thought just having a main character such as Aino just really gave an interesting mechanic to this show because he was so manipulative and you never know exactly what he was going to do, but at the same time you had a school where anything and everything could be bought by points, and you have all these different characters, all their different personalities and kind of lifestyles, and I just love how everything comes full circle. Like I thought, Aino planting the fire there to kind of lead everyone in, but I didn't expect him to use Horikita's illness in the exact way that he did. Like, I knew he was going to use it, but I thought it was interesting that he found a way to change leaders, but the only way is you need a really good reason, but a perfect reason would be if their leader was knocked out from being sick, and I love how he just screws over everyone by changing his leadership. Also, with that one guy holding the key card, everything like that. I just love how everything comes full circle, even though I knew a lot of this, and I wasn't perfect with it. I thought he was working with Ibiki and things like that, but I still like how it came full circle, and yes, they did beat you over the head with a lot of the explanations, but a lot of people would be complaining that this was ass pulls and nothing was planned if they didn't do this, so I actually appreciate that they did this, because otherwise we'd be having an uproar in anime fans saying like, oh, whoa, plot holes here. This makes no sense because they didn't pay attention close enough. But Classroom of the Elite was a damn fun show to review weekly here, and I love discussing with everyone. The production quality overall I thought was pretty good. I liked all the character models and even the main character's voice. I wasn't a huge fan of it in the early episodes, but it did grow on me over time, and I think they definitely did pick the right person for the job. My major gripe with the series is when it did stall at the halfway point, where they just had that weird fan service episode, and then right afterward, it just felt like the pacing was weird and they weren't doing things not as well as they did in the first half here, and they did definitely focus far too much on sexual fan service shots, but as a whole, the core content of this show was damn remarkable to me. I know a lot of people on the internet said that it wasted its potential, didn't live up to the first half, but I think this arc, if anything, showed you that it just had a couple of misstep episodes, and as a whole, this was a fairly good series. Was it perfect? No. But was it one of my favorite shows to watch in the season? Absolutely. It was my favorite new show. But of course, some of the sequels like Rage of Bahamut was my favorite overall. But still, this was a damn fun show. I really hope it gets a second season. But if it doesn't get a second season, this is a good enough stopping point that I'm content. Maybe I'll read the source material at some later point in time. But we'll see what happens with the anime if it does get another season. Hopefully, there will be more pickups for the Blu-rays and DVDs. The legal streaming and all the other merchandise will be enough to warrant a second season, because I'd love to see more of these characters, because I know was such a breath of fresh air And I love how at the very end of this episode, where they could have left it up with romantic tension, instead they say, nah, we're gonna make sure it's clear he is not a normal main character in high school. He is robotic, and I loved how they wrapped it up. I'm sure some people are not gonna hate the main character because they thought underneath the hood he was a normal person. He was that typical main character that you would see. But I loved how they end this. This was a very fun show. Not perfect. Was it the best of the best? No, but I thought it was a damn good show overall, and I really do hope it gets some more. But I'm interested to see, what did people think of this ending overall? I'm sure some people are going to be freaking out at how this all came full circle. Some people may be a little mad that, because I did hear that it's not 100% faithful to the light novel or something like that, that they kind of like rushed over some things here or there. I don't care about any of that. I just want a good anime, and that's what I feel like I got. But what did you think overall, good or bad? Let me know your thoughts on this wonderful episode down in the comments section below. And before we leave, smack that like button, share your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.